Hello, creeps.
Greetings! Blumhouse, the Taco Bell of horror film production companies, recently released a trailer for the upcoming remake of Bob Clark's classic 1974 proto-slasher, Black Christmas.
The trailer looks like a campy, "Yas, queen, let's slash the slasher girlfriend" kinda slasher film. Silly, but rote. How didn't they hear him up there, stepping on the fruitcake?
He better not have kicked that ham.
Sonny, they clearly didn't know the killer was standing on the counter because the camera didn't show him.
Oh, right. That's how movies work. This trailer basically gives away the whole thing.
Many sacrifices have been made.
That reminds me of the good old days, when I was captain of the football team at Heck University. We had the best fraternity on campus.
Clearly, this is a skull and bones frat boy cult kind of thing that's decided to allow girls to attend their all-boys school for the express purposes of ritualistically murdering them.
And Professor Carrie Elwes is in on it. And probably the cops.
Hopefully it'll be a little more complicated than that. Didn't you guys see that part where they reveal the dirty ham kicker as a statue? Explain that.
And what about that initiation ritual where the statue of the better-looking Wilson brother cries chocolate sauce?
Shut up. What if the fraternity aren't the bad guys, and all their rituals are to prevent evil statues from coming to life and killing all the smoking hot babes on campus? That would be a way better movie.
Well, at least it'd be a little more inventive than what the trailer's clearly showing us.
At least it would explain how the girls were attacked by an evil statue with the Hershey squirts.
It's probably just a bait and switch, you guys. The girls stab the dirty ham kicker in the head, and they run away. And then they come back and check on the body, and biggity bing bang boom, now it's a statue man.
Movie magic!
Whatever it turns out to be, it's definitely not Black Christmas, in either plot or tone. It's closer to a juvenile Scream-style meta-slasher than a mysterious noir thriller, and it just looks silly. Fans of the original film are going to point out the blatant differences, and they're gonna wonder why it's even called Black Christmas.
Recently, it was reported on Twitter that the 2019 Black Christmas remake was going to be rated PG-13. People started complaining.
The rating only becomes an issue because the original Black Christmas had so many mature themes, and this movie looks so hokey. But regardless, it got spun into that old argument kids have been having since middle school.
Duh, R-rated horror movies are the best cause they got all them bloods and boobs.
Nuh-uh. What about them movies that's PG-13?
And then strangely, it got into gender politics with allegations of gatekeeping dude bros who can't stand to watch a movie without grossly misogynistic acts like the displaying of the female form, violence against women, and also sex. Sex is apparently misogynistic.
We had a short Twitter exchange with the co-writer of the new Black Christmas, April Wolf, when she posted this explanation for the PG-13 rating.
Here's the deal. We wrote it with an R in mind. When they did the test screenings, it was clear that this movie needed to be available to a younger female audience because the subject matter is timely. Also, I want to indoctrinate girls into horror. Doesn't make it any less vicious.
Ugh! Test screenings. Criticism and audience feedback is fine. It's vital, whatever. But it's pretty obvious that what they learned from those test screenings is that the only demo too immature and uninitiated to enjoy their movie unironically was preteens.
Girls specifically.
Ho ho ho, bitch.
And really, cutting a few stabbings or neck twistings here and there to appease the High Council of the MPAA and Jack Valenti's vengeful, leather-skinned ghost is no big deal. Not for a movie like this. The trailer didn't inspire much except laughs from us.
But the argument over ratings ensued, and we skimmed the thread, catching various replies. There seemed to be a small portion of the rabble who, like us, understood that taking the tooth out of Black Christmas just to get a rating you can sell to a kid is kind of a betrayal to the spirit of the original film.
And it sort of makes your movie look like another cynical cash grab, piggybacking off a name that uninitiated normies might have heard somewhere before. I mean, the trailer made it look like that already, but this was the nail in the coffin, I think, for a lot of potential viewers.
April responded to a fellow, Dino Reacts, who expressed that he was actually excited to see this movie, but all the market research talk kind of ruined it for him.
Sounds like Dino and Marty Scorsese are in the same boat when it comes to market testing. April responded, and then we chimed in.
April Wolf says, you mean how nearly every horror movie that's come before this one has targeted young men, which led to, for instance, a mandate that horror films include TNA to satisfy the audience despite it having nothing to do with horror? I'm pretty confident we're thinking about the horror. And then we said, where was the TNA in Black Christmas again? I know there was a butt on a poster, though I hardly think that counts. April responded to you guys with the quickness with this. See my above comments about the original Black Christmas being the standard bearer for North American slashers, but then filmmakers veering away from the standards Clark set for a cash grab for young male audiences.
And, we responded, didn't see that.
Ha! Pwned! Get wrecked! Learn how to tweet, scrub!
But aside from a sex scene or some nudity here and there, I don't agree with framing slasher flicks as something for young boys, especially regarding the top-tier examples of the genre. Lots of girls like that kind of stuff too, but that's beside the point. And April lost interest. Story of our lives. But we didn't press the matter with her, though we continue to read through some of the responses.
We were very interested because we loved the original Black Christmas and most of the other stuff by Bob Clark we've seen. And we genuinely wanted to see what she had to say, even though the general conversation had almost immediately strayed from the issue of Black Christmas and its legacy.
April responded to one of those gender-minded dude bro gatekeeper tweets with this.
They're having such a good time though, and their lives are so hard. Let's just let them have this.
Excuse me, madam, but your agenda is showing.
Do you guys have to address the gatekeeping thing? Plenty of women love horror movies, including slasher films, and horror movies that feature nudity, sex, violence, yes, even against women sometimes. It's horror. Everybody's fair game for the Reaper.
Oh, that guy.
And we ain't no gatekeeping dude bros. Are we, bro?
We're more like crypt keepers, dude.
Bargain barn horror hosts.
Ha!
Look, the point is there's no gate, okay?
Oh, I agree. If we started to make a list of great women in horror, we'd be here all night.
And hey, some of them actually get naked sometimes.
April has a point when she mentions TNA for the sake of selling a horror movie, though saying it was nearly every horror film around that time is a little hyperbolic. It's undeniable that horror is an exploitation genre. Doing things in bad taste comes with the territory. Sure, some folks regret showing their butt crack on the big screen later in life, but sex sells when your product is otherwise trash.
And if your movie is already great, sometimes a little sleaze or gore can be the cherry on top.
Ew! Keep it in your diaper, Vic.
Keep what?
Anyways, don't get off in the weeds, guys. There's no point in attacking puritanical, moralizing arguments. The argument here isn't about nudity, misogynistic gatekeeping, gratuitous gore, stupid arbitrary rating systems, or some other old straw man. It's about taking a classic like Black Christmas, a movie that was about young adults with mature subject matter, and using its name to make a cheesy movie that'll have little to do with the source material. The original Black Christmas is shocking, tense, and mysterious. It doesn't have a bunch of gore and violence. And the female characters act like real female characters, not just sex objects or ornaments for fake blood, or a bunch of empty vessels for girl power wokeness. Black Christmas features real scary themes of obsession, violence against young women, and even a little relationship drama over touchy subjects like abortion.
Calling this movie Black Christmas is really the only point of contention, because, let's face it, we can all tell from the trailer that it isn't even in the same ballpark. If you want to make a buck and indoctrinate young girls into horror, fine, cool. There's a whole big market out there for that. But some of us have been watching horror movies since we were tadpoles.
And we know horror films are for anybody who wants them. No gates, no tests. We're all free to like whatever we like. Horror nerds are a passionate, opinionated, and accepting group.
And kinda smelly.
Kinda creepy.
And we've been that way for a while now. Even when people have gone after us with torches and pitchforks and false arguments. We're very used to being labeled and mocked. We've always been the misfits, the outsiders. It's not going to shame us, and it's not going to change us.
And it's definitely not going to persuade us to watch a movie, let alone take it seriously. People will watch a movie if it intrigues them, and they'll judge it according to their own taste. April says it here herself.
Oh, and I know people are gonna use female empowerment a lot surrounding Black Christmas. That's fine, but I really hate lady buzzwords that lose meaning over time. And I'll never tell you you have to see our movie to support women. See it if it piques your interest.
Hey guys, check out this tweet from Editor-in-Chief of Fango. So now we have a gory Black Christmas, a trauma-inducing Black Christmas with Margot Kidder and the C-word, and a Black Christmas to indoctrinate tweens into horror. Who loses?
You know, he's right, Vic. Nobody really loses here in the end.
I lost my precious time watching that terrible 2006 Black Christmas remake.
Hey, yeah! And that movie was rated R! I thought it was supposed to be good.
Don't act like you didn't enjoy it in a bad movie kind of way, Vic. Say, why don't we do a review of Black Christmas 2006? Or how about this new one coming out?
Maybe next year, Sonny. My head hurts from arguing with humans on Twitter all day.
That's why this place isn't cleaned up. If you got time to play on my phone, you got time to scrub.
Well, better hit the deck, Sonny.
Oh, dust bunnies. Dust bunnies.
Ew, cleaning. Well, don't work too hard, guys. Maybe I'll swing by later and we could all watch Black Christmas together. In honor of Bob Clark and Margot Kidder.
Sweet.
But right now, I gotta go shoot a shower scene.
Aw, cool. Like that bathery scene in Hostel 2. Oh, that was so fucking hot.
Gonna kill you.
Oh no.
Ha, hee, ha.
Hey boys and girls, my name's Sunny, and thanks for watching the show. Make sure to check out our Patreon page, www.patreon.com/TheRuiners.com/wait. Goodbye.